Okay, good morning to all. Today class predicate logic. Here, the first of this predicate logic involves using standard forms of logical symbolism, which have been familiar to philosophers and mathematicians for many decades. Most simple sentences, for example, Peter is generous, or Johnny gives a painting to Sam. Here, representing Sam can be represented in terms of logical formula in which a predicate is applied to one or more arguments. Here the term argument as used in predicate logic is similar to but not identical with. It's used to refer to the inputs to a procedure in POP level. Here predicate generous argument Peter, generous of Peter. Okay, Peter is generous. Next sentence, Johnny gives a painting to Sam. That means gives up Johnny, painting, Sam. For example, consider the following sentence. Every respectable villager worships a deity. A moment's reflection will reveal that this is ambiguous. Okay. Is it saying that there is one single deity to which each respectable villager officers worship? Or does each worshipper have his or her own deity to which a fellow respectable villager may or may not be also playing? Predicate logic, it is easy to reveal the nature of the ambiguity by a device known as quantification. Here, quantification allows one to talk in a general way about all things of a certain class or about some particular but unspecified thing of a certain class. We can, for instance, express the proposition all of Johnny's friends are generous in terms of the following formula. For any x, if friend of x Johnny, x comma Johnny, then generous of x. While the sentence Johnny has at least one friend who is generous can be expressed as follows. For some x, friend of x comma Johnny and generous of x. The expression for any x and for some x are now as quantified. Here we can now use quantification to exhibit the ambiguity of the sentence about the respectable villages. The first reading of it can be represented as for some x for any y, deity of x, and if of village of y and respectable of y, then worships of y comma x. Okay, while the second can be represented as for any y, if villager of y and respectable of y, then for some x, colon, deity of x and worships of y comma x. Okay. It is thus possible to show in a clear way that the original sentence can express at least two quite distinct propositions. It is possible to infer from the first, but not from the second. That if Margaret and Neil are two respectable villagers, Margaret and Neil, then they both worship the same entity. Okay. In the interest of ecumenical peace, however, it is sometimes better to refrain from letting such ambiguities come out into the open. Okay. Okay. Predicate logic has a long pedigree. Okay, its roots go back at least as far as Aristotle. Although in its current form, it was developed starting in the late 19th century. Associated with it with are techniques for the analysis of many conceptual structures in our common thought. Okay, because these analytical techniques are well understood and because it is relatively easy to express the formula of predicate logic in artificial intelligence languages such as Lisp or POP level. Okay, it has been a very popular knowledge representation symbolism within artificial intelligence. Okay, here predicate logic also embodies a set of systematic procedures for proving that certain formula can or cannot be logically derived from others. Okay, such logical inference procedures have been used as the backbone for the problem solving system in artificial intelligence. For an account of predicate logic, in artificial intelligence, see, for example, in Rich in 1980, okay, Rich and predicate logic is in itself an extremely formal kind of representation mechanism. Its supporters believe, however, that it can be used to fashion conceptual tools which reproduce much of the subtlety and nuance of ordinary informal thinking. Here, a popular method for incorporating predicate logic in artificial intelligence programs has involved a machine-based inference procedure called resolution. Here, first proposed by J.A. Robinson in 1965. This make J. Robinson in 1965. Okay, this makes it relatively easy to represent expert or common sense. Okay, knowledge in terms of a set of axioms are expressed in a special form of predicate calculus formula and then derive consequences from these axioms. Indeed, an AI artificial intelligence programming language has been developed called Prolog, that means programming in logic, Prolog. That is programming in logic, which employs a resolution inference mechanism together with a restricted form of predicate logic. That means Clarkson and Mellish in 19 by Clarkson and Mellish in 1985. Okay. In 1981. And its proponents claim that it is powerful tool for building knowledge based system. Okay. Here, for example, a large section of the recently passed British Nationalities Act has been translated into the logical symbolism of prologue. Allowing inferences to be drawn on whether or not a particular person can argue entitlement to a passport under the labyrinthine provisions of the Act, that is Sergod et al. In 1986. Okay. Okay, here what is logic? Logic is concerned with the truth of statements. Okay. Truth of statements about the world. Generally, each statement is either true or false. Okay. Here, logic includes syntax, semantics, inference procedure. Okay. Logic includes syntax, semantics, inference procedure. Here, what is syntax? Syntax specifies the symbols in the language about how they can be combined to form sentences. The facts about the world are represented as sentences in logic. And semantics. The semantics specifies how to assign a truth value to a sentence based on its meaning in the world. It specifies what facts a sentence refers to. A fact is a claim about the world, and it may be true or false. And next, inference procedure specifies methods for computing new sentences from an existing one. And next, predicate logic. Here, It is the study of individuals and their properties. That is called predicate. Predicate logic is the study of individuals and their properties. For example, consider the following set of sentences. Set of sentences. Marcus was a man. Marcus was a Pompeian. All Pompeians were Romans. Caesar was a ruler. All Romans were either loyal to Caesar or hated him. Everyone is loyal to someone. People who only try to assassinate rulers they are not loyal to. Marcus tried to assassinate Caesar. Here, in a predicate logic, the facts described by these sentences, following sentences, can be represented as a set of well-formed formulas in predicate logic. Okay. Marcus was a man. That means Marcus was a man. That means man of Marcus. In well-formed formula, Marcus was a means man of Marcus. Marcus was a Pompeian. That means Pompeian of Marcus. Okay, clear? Pompeian of Marcus. Here all Pompeians were Romans. That means for Alex, Pompeian apex implies Roman apex. That means all Pompeians were Romans. All Pompeians were Romans. There was a ruler. That means ruler of Gaza. Yes. All Romans were either loyal to Caesar or hated him. That means for Alex of Roman of Y, that is loyal to of X comma Caesar or hate of X comma Caesar. Next, everyone is loyal to someone. That means for Alex, there exists Y loyal to of X comma Y. And if people only try to assassinate rulers they are not loyal to. For all by person X and roller Y and try assassinate of X comma Y that is not loyal to of X comma Y. And next, Marcus tried to assassinate Kaiser. That means try assassinate of Marcus comma Kaiser. All men are fulfilled. That means for all X, man of X, that implies person of X. All men are people. Okay. Representing initiance and easier relationship. Okay. Representing initiance and easier relation. Man of Marcus. Pompeian of Marcus. For Alex, Roman of X plus loyal to of X comma Kaiser or data of X comma Kaiser. And next statement representing using initiance predicate. Here initiance predicate. Initiance of Marcus comma man. Instance of Marcus, Pompian. For all x, instance of x, Pompian, that is instance of x, Rome. Here instance of Kaiser roller. For all x, instance of x, Roman, that is loyal to x, Kaiser or hate of x, Kaiser. And next statement using EJ predicate. Instance next EJ. That means instance of Marcus, man. Instance of Marcus, Pompian is a Pompian, Roman. For Alex, instance of x, Roman, that is loyal of x, Kaiser or hate of x, Kaiser. For Alex, for all y, for all z, instance of x, y, and is a of y, z, that is instance of x, z. And let's compute functions and predicates. Computable functions and predicates. Marcus was a man, that means man of Marcus. Marcus was a Pompian, that means Pompian of Marcus. Marcus was born in 40 AD, that means born of Marcus, 40. All men are portal, all men are portal. Parallax man of x, that is implies mortal of x. Next, all Pompeians died when the volcano erupted in 17 AD. That means erupted a volcano 17 AD. And parallax Pompeian of x, that is died of x, 17 AD. No mortal lives longer than 150 years. Parallax for all T1, for all T2. Mortal of x and born of x, T1 and greater than of T2 minus T1, 150, that is died of x, T2. It is now 2021. That means AD now equal to 2021. Now we want to answer the question, is a Marcus alive? For example, our statements talk about dying, but they may nothing that relates to being alive, which is what the question is asking. So we add the following facts. Alive, that means not dead. For Alex Ferrati, alive of X comma T, that is not dead of X comma T, and not dead of X comma T, that is alive of X comma G. X comma T, sorry. This is an example of the fact that rarely do two expressions have truly identical meanings or circumstances. If someone dies, then he is dead. Next sentence, if someone dies, then he is dead at all latter times. Okay. Here in this example, for Alex, for all T1, for all T2, died of X comma T1 and greater of T2 comma T1, that is dead of X comma T. This representation says that one is dead in all years after the one in which one died. Now let's attempt to answer the question, is Marcus alive? By proving not alive of Marcus now. Okay. What is predicate logic? It is the study of individuals and their properties. The set of terms, here terms represent objects. The set of terms is inductively defined by the following rules. Here, first constant, any constant is a term. Variable, variables, any variable is a term. Functions, any expression, f of t1, t2, and so on, tn of n arguments, where each argument is a term and f is a function of Rtn is a term. Here terms without variables are called ground terms. For example, C, this is a ground term. C, f of C, g of x comma x. G of f of C comma g of x comma x. And next predicate symbols and signature. Predicate symbols represent relations between zero or more objects. Number of objects define a predicate's RT. For example, likes of George, comma Kate, likes of x comma x, likes of Joy, Kate, Susie, and next friends of father of David, father of Andrew. And next signature. What is signature? Signature is a collection of constants, function symbols, and predicate symbols which is specified RT. And next first order logic formulas are joined together by logical operators to form more complex formulas. That is just like in propositional logic. The basic logical operators are the same as in propositional logic as well. That is negation. Negation means, for example, not P. That means it is not the case that P. Next conjunction. Conjunction, for example, P or Q. That means P and Q. This is the conjunction symbol, conjunction operator. Next G, disjunction. Disjunction. This is P or Q. Next implication. Implication means P implies Q. That means Q if C. Q if P or Q if P. P implies Q or Q if P. And next equivalence. P equivalence Q. That means P if and only if Q. P equivalence Q means P if and only if Q. P m plus Q means Q if P. Okay. These are basic logical operators in predicate logic. What are the basic logical operators? Negation, conjunction, disjunction, implication, and equivalence. And next quantifiers. Here quantifiers means there are two types. Quantifiers. Universal. Universal means for all. Existential, that means there exists. Two types, two quantifiers. Okay. Quantifiers universal and existential. For all X, there exists. Allows to express properties of collections of objects instead of enumerating objects by name. That is applied to sentence containing variable. Here first one universal for all X. That means true for all substitution for the variable. True for all substitutions for the variable. Next existential. There exists means true for at least one substitution for the variable. First one, for all, that true for all substitution for the variable. That means for all variable syntax. Next, the second one, there exists existential true for at least one substitution for the variable. That means there exists variable sentence. For example, there exists x column, mother of art equal to x. For all x, for all y column, mother of x equal to mother of y. That implies x comma y. There is y, there exists x column, mother of y equal to x. Okay. Next, formulas. What is formulas mean? The set of formulas is inductively defined by the following rules. Rule 1. Fractate symbols, precious symbols. That means if P is an any predicate symbol and T1 to Tn are temps, then P of T1 to Tn is a formula. Next, negation. If theta is a formula, then not theta is a formula. Next, binary connectivity. If theta and omega are formulas, then theta implies omega is a formula. Same for other binary local connectivity. Next, quantifier. If theta is a formula and x is a variable, then for all x theta and there exists x theta are formulas. Here, what are the atomic formulas? Atomic formulas are formulas obtained only using the first rule. For example, if f is a unary function symbol, p a unary predicate symbol, and q is a ternary predicate symbol, then the following is a formula for all x for all y of p of f of x. That implies negation of p of x. That implies q of f of y comma x comma y, x comma x. Sorry. Any occurrence of variable in formula not in the scope of a quantifier is said to be a free occurrence. Otherwise, it is called a bound occurrence. Thus, if x is a free variable in pi, it is bound in for all x pi and there is x pi. Okay. A formula with no free variables is called a closed formula. What is closed formula? A formula with no free variables. Okay, no free variables is called a closed formula. For example, x and y are bound variables. Z is a free variable. Okay, x and y are bound variables. Z is a free variable. That is the formula. That is the example. For all x, for all y of capital P of small f of x, for all x, for all y of P of f of x, that implies negate of P of x, that implies Q of f of y comma x comma z. Here z is a free variable. Okay, x and y are bound variables. Okay, clear? X and y are bound variables. BNF for FOL sentences. Here S equal to sentence. That means sentence equal to atomic sentence. That means sentence connectivity, sentence qualifier, variable, and so on. Sentence, not sentence, sentence. Here atomic sentence means predicate, term, comma, and so on. Term equal to function, term, constant, variables. Here connectivity means and, or, implies, or equivalence. Quantifiers means for all, there exists. Okay. Constant means C, it is a constant x1. Example, John. Variables examples means A, double quotation, X. These are the variables A, X. Predicate means before, is a predicate, as color, raining, so on. Function means mother, it is a function. Okay, this is the predicate logic. Okay, clear. Very important topic. Predicate logic in third unit topic. What are the third unit topics? Okay. Third unit. Artificial intelligence, third unit topic. Topics are introduction to logic concepts. Over. Completed. Propositional calculus. Completed. Propositional logic. Natural detection. Very important. Arithmetic system. Semantic tabular system in propositional logic. Very important. Resolution, reputation in propositional logic. Resolution, reputation in propositional logic, very important. And predicate logic, very important. Third unit. Okay. Thank you. Roll number 10. Okay, thank you.